So if everybody wants to get themselves, I forgot. Now we're going to record it. Sharyn has reminded me, but I'll be pinned on the screen and she'll be pinned on the screen. So nobody else will be in the recording. And then at the end, the recording will stop before there's any shares. So now, without further ado, get yourself comfortable and we will begin. So just make you can sit, you can lie. It's entirely up to you what way you want to do this, but just make sure you're comfortable. And if you are sitting, make sure you're supported and that there isn't any chance you're going to fall sideways or anything. So just make sure that you're supported. And keep your camera on, put your camera off, whatever, again, makes you most comfortable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the music. And just begin to slow down. Don't change anything. Just bring yourself into presence. And we're just going to take a few minutes to notice what's happening for us as we arrive here today. We all arrive with different things. No matter what time of the day it is, we arrive with different things. So just begin to notice your body. Begin to notice your body being supported by the chair or the bed that you're lying on. And as your attention rests in your body, just notice how there are areas of tension or tightness or pain, lightness or tingle. Just notice what's there. And in noticing, try not to get caught up in explaining or analysing. Just notice that it's there. And then bring your attention to your emotions. How do you feel this evening? Maybe the emotions aren't easy to find, and that's okay. But if there are emotions there, how do you know that's how you feel? Again, without judging or analysing, just being aware. And bring your attention to your thoughts. Maybe your mind's quiet, or maybe your mind's really busy. But again, just notice. And now bring your attention to your breath. And notice the inhale. And notice the exhale. Without feeling any need to change it. Where do you feel your breath this evening? Do you feel it in your nose or in your mouth? Do you feel your chest moving, your belly moving? But just be aware of where you can feel your breath. Try it and keep as much attention as you can on your breath. And if your mind begins wandering, just gently bring it back to your breath. Keeping your attention on the inhale and on the exhale. And for the last minute of this practice, maybe try and bring a little bit more attention to the inhale and the exhale. And as the music begins to fade, getting ready for your first time of silence.
And as the bird song brings the silence to a gentle close, perhaps you might reflect on what it was like to be in silence for 2 minutes. Maybe it's the first time today that you've had 2 minutes of silence just for you. Maybe it didn't feel like long enough. Maybe it felt like ages. Or something else. And in our next segment of this breath sequence, we're going to breathe with the lion. So we are firmly within Leo season and we're approaching the lion's gate. And I would like to invite you to your own lion experience for the next 6 or 7 minutes or so. And you can do the full expression of lion breath. You can lie with your eyes open. You can inhale gently through the nose, open the mouth, push out the tongue, raise your eyes to the ceiling and go ah on the exhale. That is the full lion roar. So let's practice breathing in, eyes open, tongue out. Ah. Let's try one more. Breathing in, eyes open, tongue out. Lion's roar. But if you don't feel very roary and you would rather have a little snore, a little snooze, then you can adopt the other lion pose where they're just laid around in the pride, yawning every now and again. So we just open the mouth wide and let a yawn out. And what we're doing is we're flexing our jaw and stretching our jaw, whether we're doing that with a yawn or whether we're doing that with a roar. Listening to the music in the background and imagining yourself on the African savannah with your lion friends. And remember, you can roar or you can snore, whichever best suits you. Take a couple of breaths maybe where you just breathe in and out through the nose, just gently, before you go back to roaring like a lion or having a little yawn, maybe moving your body a little, depending what you choose. Really feeling into your feline nature as you stretch and pad your paws. Fabulous. Really feeling your jaw loosen, and your jaw is linked via the nervous system to your pelvic floor, so maybe you feel some movement happening in your hips as well. Perhaps you imagine flicking your tail a little bit, moving the flies on. There's definitely no stress here. You're the king of the jungle. You're very sure of yourself. One more minute left to really embody your lion self. Loosening off the jaw. Preparing for the music to fade as we go back into silent contemplation. One more roar, go on.
And as the bird song gently finishes the silence, reflecting on what that silence was like. Maybe how was it different from the first silence? Or how was it exactly the same? And for our third segment, we're going to bring the energy right down, because we're going to breathe low, slow, and deep. So we're going to breathe deep into our belly. And if it helps to put your hand on your belly as you do this, please feel free. Bringing the breath deep into your belly. You're also going to slow your breath down as much as you can. And you're going to breathe low, which means that the invitation is not to take big, full breaths, but just breathe enough. You don't have to fill your lungs with every breath. And as you do this, you may find as you go that it gets a little bit difficult because the carbon dioxide begins to build in your body. And if it does, just bring your breathing back to normal. Take a few breaths in your natural rhythm, and then come back to breathing low. So breathing just a little bit of air, breathing slowly, and breathing deep into your belly. So just begin to bring your breath deep down into your belly, but not filling your lungs. And slow your breath down a little bit. And slow it down gradually. Just slow it down a little bit first. Breathing really softly. Maybe barely feeling your belly move. And barely feeling the breath in your nose as you inhale. Very softly and very gently. And if you feel that it's too much, just let your breathing come back to its natural rhythm. And when you're ready, maybe try again. Keeping your focus on keeping that breath really slow. Really deep. And allowing your breath to fall back into its natural rhythm if you need a break. maybe slowing it down just a little more. Maybe making it a fraction softer and a fraction gentler. And just checking in that you're not holding tension in your shoulders as you try to do this. Letting any tension go. Keeping the breath gentle. Maybe for the last 30 seconds before the silence, can you slow it down just a little more? And as the music fades, just letting go of any control of your breath. Ready for the silence.
And as the birdsong begins again, just imagining the garden on a summer's day with the birds flitting. And just take a breath, take a sigh. You can almost sense that cortisol dropping. And how was the silence? And for our final breath in our segment this evening, we're going to breathe with balance. So if it's physically possible for you, breathing in and out through your nose, and balancing the length of the inhale with the length of the exhale. And you can do this by counting if you wish, or you can just do it by feeling and sensing what feels right to you. You can use your fingers to help you with the counting, and bringing some mudra to the practice also. Or just gently allow the breath to move in and out. To a count that suits you. I'm going to demonstrate with 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. You feel what's right to you. Maybe it's inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Find your rhythm and let your breath bring balance. If your mind has wandered, never worry, just bring it back to the breath. Begin your count again. Maybe if you're settling into the breath, just allow your inhale and your exhale to be a little tiny bit longer. bringing your awareness to how the breath moves through your body and welcoming the echo of balance that matching our inhale and exhale brings. Just letting our body know that everything's fine in this moment. Everything is good. We've got just one more minute before we enjoy our last 2 minutes of silence. Just stay committed to that balanced and equal breath. And as the music begins to fade, let your breath return to a natural rhythm. And just spend this last 2 minutes of silence reflecting on your breath this evening. And as the birdsong begins for the last time this session, I invite you to begin to notice the connection between you and whatever surface you're sitting or lying on. Notice how supported you are in this moment. Gravity above you and the surface on the earth below you. Begin to bring some gentle movement to your body, maybe some stretching, Maybe just some gentle circling of the hands and feet. Perhaps even some gentle tapping or stroking. And gently bringing that touch and that sensation to your body. Getting a sense of yourself in the room that you're in. And even with your eyes closed, you can imagine the space around you. And if you haven't already, rubbing your hands together, create some heat and then placing them over your eyes, blinking your eyes open into the warmth of your palm. If you gently open your eyes and take a look around the room, expanding your awareness to the fact that you're in a Zoom room with other beautiful breathers. And if you're laying, just moving over onto one side to prepare to come into sitting gently. And if you're already seated, and if you feel like you want to, popping your camera on, but if not, you can just stay in your little bubble of beautiful breath that you've created in the last 40 minutes or so. And before I turn the recording off, but whilst you guys are getting ready to come back into the room, just making you aware that Marie has put a couple of links into the chat box. Firstly, an invitation to our deeper exhale on Saturday morning. So we do this the second Saturday of every month. And it's this, but more. So if you enjoy what it is that we're doing, you might want to check that out. We're meeting on Saturday at 10. So it's a morning session this month. And we'll be traveling with the wisdom and intuition of the hazel. Beautiful. I've been tuning in today, a beautiful tree energy. And as ever, we'd love it. We love it when we receive reviews. So our link is there to give us a review on our directory website if you would like to. We'd love to hear from you. With all of that said, and I can see you're all coming into the room now, I'm going to stop the recording.